Welcome back to the channel. It's Sunday, I'm Goozy, and this is Magic Weekly. This week I don't have any gameplay that I'll be playing. I will be only opening Box of Tarkir and announcing another giveaway. I will be giving away this box of Aether Drift right here, brand new, sealed, never open. It is going to one of you guys. Stick around to find out how you can win that. Until then, we are going to be opening some Tarkir Dragonstorm, which I'm super excited about. I haven't looked too much into the set just because I didn't really want to spoil a whole lot while we were opening it. I'm going to be going kind of slow through some of the packs, but I'm super excited. I don't know if I'm going to open the whole thing or if I'm just going to open a couple, but I'm very excited. It's going to be fun, so stick around. I love opening fresh boxes. What do you guys think of the new set? Have you guys watched any videos on it? Have you opened any of yourself yet? Have you guys done pre-release? Let me know in the comments below if you've done pre-release and what you think about the box. I'm super excited for it. There are some really good cards that they previewed already, and so I'm really excited about it. That's pretty cool. Little part on the top. That's pretty cool. Scan here to discover the coolest cards. Interesting. I'll probably end up doing that afterwards, but I'll see if I can leave that for you guys if you guys can scan it off your screen. Unlike Aether Drift, we do not get a box topper on this for this box. So everything will just be what is inside here. I'm actually not sure if it's still 30 or if it went down. If it's still 30 or if we went from 36. So let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So it's still 30. It's 30, but we don't get a box topper, which is kind of unfortunate because the box toppers are always really cool. It's actually one of my favorite parts about opening boxes is the box toppers from the original set. So here we go, first pack. This is exciting. I do not know if the rares and mythics are in the front or in the back, but we will find out here shortly. So it looks like they're going to be in the back. This is a common. This is called Nightblade Brigade. It's got Death Touch and Mobilize 1. Whenever this creature attacks, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token, sacrifice at the beginning of your end step. When this creature enters, surveil 1. Snakeskin Veil, that's a reprint. Very good card. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. It gains hexproof until end of turn. Dispelling Exhale. So this has to be a new card. In addition to an additional cost to cast this spell, you may behold a dragon. Behold is a new mechanic, by the way, so we're both going to be learning this. You may choose a dragon you control or reveal a dragon card in your hand. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. If a dragon was behold, counter that spell unless its controller pays 4 instead. So that's actually a pretty good counter spell if you're going to be playing dragons. Barrier of Glory. During your turn, this creature has first strike and then has 4 and a white. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Just some generic creature. Alright. Devoted Duelist. 1 and a red. Haste. And it's got Flurry. I believe Flurry is a new mechanic this year too. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. So just your second spell. Not any spell after your first. Watcher of the Wayside. When this creature enters, target player mills 2 cards, you gain 2 life. Pretty generic. Wingspan Stride. 1 blue, and it's an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. Return this aura to your hand if you pay 3. That is pretty good. Urian's Rebuff. Return target creature to its owner's hand for 2. And then it's got Harmonize. What does Harmonize say? Pay 6. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is its power, then exile the spell. Wow, that's actually a really good bounce spell. Teeming Dragonstorm. It's an enchantment and it's an uncommon. It's 1 white, 3 generic. When this enchantment enters, create 2 white soldier creature tokens. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Wow, so you can just play a dragon, return this, make 2 more tokens. Defibrillating current. There we go. Ooh, that's an interesting casting cost. So you can play Mardu, which is red, white, black, or you can pay 2 generic, 2 generic, 2 generic. That's interesting. Defibrillating current deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. You gain 2 life. And that's an uncommon. Dragon Brood's Relic. It's a green and a generic. Tap an untapped creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. Okay. And it's got all 5 colors and 3 generic. Sacrifice this artifact, create a 4/4 dragon creature token named Reliquary Dragon that's all colors. It has flying, lifelink, and when this token enters, it deals 3 damage to any target. Activate only as a sorcery. That's pretty good for an uncommon. So far, these uncommons have been really good. All right, our first mythic in our first pack. Baator, Kin of All. So it's got flying. It's a legendary creature, which is a spirit dragon. At the beginning of your end step, if creatures you control have total toughness 10 or greater, draw a card. Then if creatures you control have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. If creatures you control have total toughness 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up. Holy cow. So this is not far-fetched to be getting into the 10s, 20s, and 40s if you are playing a lot of dragons. Because if you can see, this dragon has a 5/7. So if you're going for toughness, you're looking at the second number, which is the 7. And a lot of the dragons are usually 5 and above. So it's really not that hard to get up there on that scale. And the back slot is... Oh, we have 2 in the back slot. Segu Wildling. And it has... Okay, I believe this is a new mechanic called Omen, and it's not like the adventure side of cards, because adventure you can cast it afterwards. This is different. So Omen says search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. And then it says at the bottom, also shuffle this card. So Omen goes right back into your deck to be shuffled again. And then the creature side, if you cast it for the creature, flying, when this creature enters, you gain 3 life. And we got a land. This land enters tapped. When it enters, you gain 1 life. And we got a warrior creature token with a goblin on the other side. Second back. So far, it's pretty cool. Some of these uncommons have been actually really good. Alright. Poised Practitioner. It's got flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Scry 1. Pretty good. 2/3. Fire Rim Form. So the enchantment, it has flash, which if you don't know what flash is, you can cast it at instant speed. Enchant creature. When this aura enters, enchanted creature gains first strike until end of turn. Enchanted creature gets +2/+0. That's pretty good. Alicia's Legacy. Target creature you control gains death touch and indestructible until end of turn. Awesome. Sharkan's Resolve. Choose 1. Target creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Destroy target creature with flying for 2. Pretty good. Agent of Codus. It's 1 blue and a generic, and it's got Renew. I don't know what Renew is. That might be a new mechanic, but it says pay 3 and a blue. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. So if this dies and goes to your graveyard, you can pay 4 and give another creature +2/+2. Another Wingspan Stride. Same thing as what we got in the first pack. Ooh, we are starting to see a pattern here. This is a Watcher of the Wayside, another card we got in the last pack. And this is also an uncommon, so this is Tinmaw Stormbrood. That looks like a 2-headed goose. It's got Omen. Charring Bite deals 5 damage to target creature without flying, and then if you cast it for its creature side, When this creature enters, you gain 5 life. Spectral Denial. Blue and X. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X. Wow. So this spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control with 4 or greater. That's actually pretty cool. Rakshas's Bargain. So it has the same type of casting cost as the Mardu one, except it's black, blue, green, and blue, or the 2 generic for the 3 pips. And it says look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. Pretty cool. It's a looting effect. Zurgo's Vanguard. Mobilize 1. When this creature attacks, create a attacking 1/1 red warrior creature token. Sacrifice the beginning of the end step. This creature's power is equal to the number of creatures you control. Pretty cool uncommon for 3. Okay. Naga Fleshcrafter. It's a snake shapeshifter. You may have this creature enter as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. So it's basically a spark double, except the legendary rule still isn't applied to this, unlike spark double. So it's more like a forecast phantasmal image, except it has renew at the bottom. That's pay 3. Exile this card from your graveyard. Put a 1/1 counter on target non-legendary creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of that creature until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. That's actually really cool, and that is a rare. And then this is Jeskai Defodi. It's a creature, it's got flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, this creature gets a +1/+1. And it's got little filtering effects. You pay 1, add blue, red, white, activate only as a sorcery, and it's a common. So it's basically the Jeskai color filtering. And we got another land. This land enters tapped. When this land enters, you gain 1 life. And then we got a token, spirit token, and a spirit token. So far this set's pretty cool. We're only 3 packs in. I haven't seen anything too crazy. I mean, the set just came out, so pricing is going to be kind of crazy all around. Riverwalk Technique. Choose 1. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on their choice of the top or bottom of their library. Okay. Counter target non-creature spell for 4. It's a little too high. Coordinated Maneuver. Choose 1. Coordinated Maneuver deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Destroy target enchantment for 2. That's pretty cool. That's actually really good removal. Wild Ride. It's for red. Target creature gets +3/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. And then it has Harmonize, which is pay 5. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that cost by X, where X is its power. This Harmonized mechanism's pretty cool. Adorned Crocodile. This is a creature. When this creature dies, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token, and it has renew. Exile this card from your graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, activate only as a sorcery. And this is Sultai Defodi. It's got Death Touch, and which is really good for a 2/1. And it has pay 1 for the filtering effect for Sultai. Add black, green, or blue. Activate only once each turn. These common filtering cards are pretty cool, actually. They're going to be pretty good in standard, I'd imagine. And this is Reigning Victor, which is another Mardu with 3 different casting costs. And it's a 3/3. It's got Mobilize 1. And when this creature enters, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains indestructible until end of turn. That's pretty cool. Unburied Earth Carver. Pay 2, sacrifice another creature, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. So if you're doing any type of sacrifice effect, you can pay 2 and get a 1/1 counter. Rolling Dragonstorm. It's an enchantment. When this enchantment enters, draw 2 cards and discard a card. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. That's really cool. So you're going to be able to keep casting this because it'll bounce back to your hand. Hardened Tactician. Pay 1, sacrifice token, draw a card. Pretty simple. That's pretty cool. Breaching Dragonstorm, and this is an uncommon. When this enchantment enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. If that spell's mana value is 8 or less, if you don't, wait, hold on. Let's reread that. Hold on. When this enchantment enters, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. If that spell's mana value is 8 or less, if you don't, put that card into your hand. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. Holy cow. So you get to be able to cast free things for under 8. That's pretty cool. Lie in Wait. And this is an uncommon. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Lie in Wait deals damage equal to that card's power to target creature. So just another form of removal and recursion spell to your hand. And this is a rare Bloomvine Regent, and it has Omen. Search your library for up to 2 basic forward cards, reveal them, put one onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. Flying. When this creature or another dragon you control enters, you gain 3 life. It's pretty cool. That's a rare. And we have another rare in this pack. Oh my gosh. Anafenza. Unyielding Lineage. Flash, first strike. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, Anafenza endures 2. Put 2 1/1 counters on it or create a 2/2 spirit creature token. That's pretty cool. And another land, enters tap, gain 1 life. And here's the Reliquary Dragon. This token is all colors, flying, lifelink. When it enters, it deals 3 damage. And the back is just a 4/4 dragon. So far, I think it's a pretty cool set. It's been really fun to open. A lot of the things are, new. I haven't seen a lot of these, so it's really interesting. Evolving Wilds, I think it's really cool that the Evolving Wilds and Fabled Passage and the Terraformic Expanse are in standard right now. So it's sacrifice this land, search your library for a basic land, and put it into the battlefield tapped and shuffle. It just allows for filtering, which is really cool. Cruel Truths, surveil 2, then draw 2 cards, you lose 2 life for 4. A little high on the casting cost. This is another Omen card. Segu Wildling, we already read this one. Highspire Bellringer for 3. Flying, this the second spell you cast each turn costs 1 less to cast. Okay, just a reducer, not bad. Tempest Hawk. Flying, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may search your library for a card named Tempest Hawk, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Oh my gosh, here we go. A deck can have any number of cards named Tempest Hawk. That's going to be interesting to play against in Standard or Commander because you can have as many as you want. Heritage Reclamation for 2. Destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard, draw a card. That's pretty good value right there on a common. Alright, Embermoth as Sentinel. When this creature enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, or reveal it, then shuffle and put that card on top of, if you control a dragon, put that card onto the battlefield tapped instead for 2. It's okay. I don't think that's that great. Glacial Dragon Hunt. Draw a card, then you may discard a card. When you discard a non-land card this way, Glacier Dragon Hunt deals 3 damage to target creature. So it says may, so you don't have to if you don't want to discard a card, but if you do, it deals 3 damage. So it's a little bit of removal and some draw. And this is Harmonize. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its Harmonize cost. You may tap a creature you control to reduce that spell's cost by X, where X is that power of that creature. This Harmonize mechanic is really cool. It's just a cost reducer to be able to cast stuff from your graveyard. Desperate Measures. Target creature gets +1/+1 -1 until end of turn. When it dies under your control this turn, draw 2 cards. That's really good. And that's an uncommon, by the way. That's an uncommon for 1 to be able to get a +1 -1. So you could kill a token you have just to be able to draw 2 cards. Which is actually going to go really good with one of those, what's it called? The greedy freebooter. The one where once it dies, you scry 1. This is really good, and you create a treasure token. So you'll basically get a scry and draw 2, and then a treasure token, which is really good. Uncommon, Kin Tree Surveillance. Exile target creature or target permanent with mana value 3 or greater, and it just has same type of casting cost and instant, either white, black, or green, or 2/2/2. All right, our rare for the pack. This is a Barren Steep Siege. It's white, black, and 2. This as this enchantment enters, choose Abzan or Mardu. Interesting. Abzan. At the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Mardu. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice. Oh, that's actually really cool. That's pretty good. And then we have a Dragonfire Blade. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has hexproof and from mono-colored. Interesting. Equip 4. This ability costs 1 less to cast, or 1 less to activate for each creature you control, each color of creature it targets. Wait. Equip 4. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each color of the creature it targets. So if you have a 5-color creature, this equipped for free, or even a 4. And then an uncommon, and it's got an omen on it. Whirlwing Stormbrood. Put 3 1/1 counters on target creature you control, and then of the creature side, it's got flash, flying. You may cast sorcery spells and dragon spells as though they had flash. That's pretty cool. And then just another land and another copy and a monk. So far, pretty cool. No complaints. I mean, it's a pretty cool set. After this first couple ones, I'll probably be skipping through a lot of them just so that we could get through it. Dragonback Lancer, flying, mobilize 1. Jeskai Devotee, we already have one of those. These are really cool for filtering. Dragon's Prey. This spell costs 2 more to cast if it targets a dragon. Destroy target creature. That is not very good. Roamer's Routine. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped and shuffle, and it has Harmonize. Humbling Elder. It's got flash. When this creature enters, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-0 until end of turn for 1. Pretty good. Aggressive Negotiations. Target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it and exile that card. Put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 target creature you control. Sib-Sig Appraiser. This is zombie. When this creature enters, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other into a graveyard. This is good for zombie decks, obviously, because you guys like to play out of the graveyard. Purging Stormbrood. It's got Omen. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink and hexproof until end of turn. Flying, ward, pay 2 life. When this creature enters, remove all counters from up to 1 target creature. Dragon Sniper. Vigilance, Reach, Death Touch for 1/1. Wow, that is actually a really good uncommon. Alrighty, we have a land, and if this land enters tapped, it's for Jeskai, and it taps for red, blue, or white. Gurmag, I think that's Gurmag Rakasha. It's got Menace, which this creature can be blocked up by 2 more creatures. When this creature enters, target creature an opponent control gets -2/-2 until end of turn, and target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn for 6, and it's a demon. Oh, that's one of the new art styles. It's actually really cool. And this is a Naga Fleshcrafter. This is the one that we already pulled that enters as a copy. And we have a Reigning Victor, which we already pulled one of these as well. So and then we have a land and an art card. So we're starting to see a little bit of a pattern. It seems like we're starting to pull multiples of each card so far. I don't really know how many cards are in this new set. It would be cool to pull a Mox Jasper, even though I don't think it's all that great. It's a 0-drop. It taps It's a 0-drop mana rock, and it taps for any color if you control a dragon. When this creature enters, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand for 5 mana. Salt Road Pack Beast. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you control. That's pretty cool. This creature enters, draw a card, so it's got affinity for creatures. Narset's Rebuke. Narset's Rebuke deals 5 damage to target creature. Add Jeskai. If that creature would die this turn, exile instead. That's actually pretty cool. So you're basically only paying, what, 2 for this spell, and then you're going to get blue, red, and white, and deals 5 damage. That's interesting. I feel like we're going to see a lot of that card in Standard. Kintree Nurture. Lifelink. When this creature enters, it endures 1. Put a 1/1 counter on it, or create a 1/1 white spirit creature token. Champion of Dusan. Trample. Renew. It's got 1 and a green. Exile this creature from your graveyard. Put a 1/1 counter and trample counter on target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Sib-Sig Appraiser. We already have one of these. Unburied Carver. We already pulled one of these, so it seems like we're getting a lot of repeats so far. Sunset Strike Master. It's a mana dork. It's got add for red, and then the other one is pay 2 in a red, sacrifice this creature. It deals 6 damage to target creature with flying. Wow, that's a really good uncommon actually. Effortless Master. Vigilance, Menace. When this creature enters, put 2/1 counters on it if you've cast 2 or more spells this turn. So it actually enters as more of a 5/4. Or actually a 6/4. 6/5. Descendant of Storms. When this creature attacks, you may pay 1 generic and a white. If you do, it endures 1. Pretty cool for a 1-drop. And our rare for the pack. It's called Revival of the Ancestors, and it's a saga, which is an enchantment. And after your draw step, add a lore counter, sacrifice after 3. Create 3 1/1 white spirit creature tokens. Distribute 3 1/1 counters among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures you control. Creatures you control gain trample and lifelink until end of turn. It's pretty good. Whoa, this is another saga, and it's another one of those cool arts. Awaken of the Honored Dead, and it says destroy target non-land permanent for its first one for 3. Mill 3 cards. You may discard a card. If you do, return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. That's really good, and that's a really cool art. Delta Blood Flies. Flying. When this creature attacks, if you control a creature with a counter on it, each opponent loses 1 life. Got a Foil Forest and another token. It seems that we're seeing a lot of these packs are starting to have a lot of repeats and so far, and I mean it's fine, but I'm hoping to see more of the set as long as we don't keep getting more repeats. Underfoot Underdogs. When this creature enters, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. It's got pay 1, tap it, target creature you control with power 2 or less, can't be blocked this turn. Caustic Exhale. As an additional cost to cast this spell, behold a dragon, or pay 1. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn, just more removal. Oh man. Krodic Nestguard Defender, so it can't attack, and it's got pay 2 and a green. This creature can attack this turn as though it didn't have Defender, so you have to pay 3 more to be able to attack with a 4/4. Not very good. Alright, Teamer Devotee. So it's Defender, it's a 3/3, it's got pay 1, add green, blue, or red, and activate only once each turn. So that's another one of the filter lands, which is pretty cool. Arshan Sunshield. When this creature enters, exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Tap target creature. So it's a little bit of control on it, not bad. Heritage Reclamation. We already got one of these. Oh, what the heck? We got a special guest. We got a Verdant Catacombs. Pay 1 life, sacrifice this land, search your library for a swamp or forest card, put it on the battlefield and shuffle. Holy cow. That is an awesome hit. I didn't know we can get special guests in the play boosters. That is a Verdant Catacombs. That's awesome. That's a huge hit. Dalkovan, Pack Beast, Vigilance, and Mobilize 3. So we got a special... Was that a mistake that we got this special guest? Because that's a mythic and we still have quite a bit of cards left. Interesting. That's awesome hit. Verdant Catacombs. That's so good. Rainveil Rejuvenator. When this creature enters, you may mill 3 cards. Add an amount of green equal to this creature's power. Yathen Tombguard. Menace. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card and you lose 1 life. An uncommon. This is a Frontier Bivouac. It's Teamer. It's just a land. Enters battlefield tap. Green, blue, red. Our rare for the pack, even though we already got a mythic, which was a Verdant Catacombs, which is a huge hit to hit in a play booster in the middle of the pack. So I wonder if that was a mistake. Meringue River Regenerate, and it's got Omen, draw 3 cards and discard a card. And then flying, this creature enters, return up to 2 other target non-land permanents to its owner's hand. It's a 6/7. Uncommon Marshal of the Lost. A death touch. Whenever you attack, target creature gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of attacking creatures. That's pretty cool. And then another tapped land and another token. I can't believe we hit a Verdant Catacombs. That was so random in the middle of the pack. I don't know if that's a thing or if that was a mistake, but that was pretty cool to hit and get that. Forest Kingguard, Endure 1. Twin Bolt. Twin Bolt deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 targets. That's pretty cool. Nightblade Brigade, Death Touch, Mobilize 1 when it enters, Surveil 1. Snakeskin Veil. Dispelling Exhale. We already have one of these. This is a Reputable Merchant. When this creature enters or dies, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Dusyute Earth Carver. It's got reach. When this creature enters, it endures 3. You either put 3 1/1 counters on it or create a 3/3 Spirit Flying. Kahuru? Maybe? Goldkeeper. Flying. Whenever 1 or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, create a treasure token. And then it's got Renew. Exile this card from your graveyard, put 2 1/1 counters, and a flying counter on target creature, activate only as a sorcery. Channeled Dragonfire. This deals 2 damage to any target. It's got Harmonize, which, as we know, Harmonize is a really good mechanic so far. Host of the Hereafter. This creature enters with 2 1/1 counters on it. Whenever this creature or another creature you control dies, if it had a counter on it, put its counters on up to 1 target creature you control. Wow, that's really cool. You can move it around, kind of like the Ozolith. Wayspeaker Bodyguard. When this creature enters, return target non-land permanent card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand, and it's got Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, target creature an opponent controls. Pretty cool. And a mythic. This is Shiku Paragon of the Way. It's a spirit dragon. It's got Flying and Vigilance. When Shiriko enters, exile target non-land permanent with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. Copy it, then you may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. That's really cool. Stormplane Detainment. When this enchantment enters, exile target non-land permanent opponent controls until its enchantment leaves the battlefield. So, something that we've already seen before. And another land and another token. This set's honestly really cool. I'm enjoying opening it. I think the coolest part was opening the Verdant Catacombs. That was a big surprise. I didn't even know they were reprinting them in this set. Ringing Strike Master. Enchantment. It's an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. When this aura enters, tap target enchanted creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Enchanted creature has pay 5, untap this creature. So it just slows people down a little bit. Poise Practitioner. Fire Rim Form. Alicia's Legacy. Shakan's Resolve. Agent of Codis, it's got Renew. I think we already pulled one of those. We definitely already got one of these. Disruptive Stormbrood. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Flying. When this creature enters, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment for 5. The return cost, not that great. Dragonstorm Forecaster. Pay 2. Search your library for a card named Dragonstorm Globe or Boulder-born Dragon. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle for 1. That's pretty good tutor. Uncommon. This is Jeskai Monument. When this artifact enters, search your library for a basic island, mountain, or plains. Card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. And then it has pay Jeskai and generic. Sacrifice this artifact, create 2 1/1 white bird creature tokens with flying. Activate only as a sorcery. And here's a rare. Warden of the Grove. It's a Hydra. At the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Whenever another non-token creature you control enters, it endures X, where X is the number of counters on this target creature. Wow. So put X 1/1 counters on that creature that entered, or create an XX white spirit creature token. That's really cool and really good. I feel like we're going to see a lot of play on that one. Alright, Sidisi, Regent of the Mire. It's a 2-drop. Sacrifice a creature you control with mana value X. Other than Sidisi, return target creature card with mana value X +1 from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery. Oh my gosh, that is going to see so much play in Standard. That is going to be broken. I already foresee that. Heritage Reclamation and foil, and then a land and a token. That is definitely going to be insane. Yeah, that's going to be so broken in Standard. It's going to be broken in every format. Molten Exhale, you may cast this spell as though it had flash. If you behold a dragon, it deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. We're just going to start moving through some of these now. Worthy Cost, Segu Plummeter, Unending Whisperer, Oseus Exhale, Shock Brigade, Summit Intimidator, Sunpearl Curran, Essence Anchor. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1, create a 2/2 black zombie druid creature token, activate only during your turn and only if a card left your graveyard this turn. Vented Storm Singer. One of those, another cool border, and it's an omen card. Oops, a rare. Sinkhole Surveyor. When this creature attacks, you lose 1 life, and this creature endures 1. Another one of the cool borders, and it's a foil Feral Dragon, and another land and a token. Alright, so now we've seen a lot of these, I'm just going to kind of start skipping to the back, and then I'll stop at anything that I already think is cool and that I like. Pretty much everything else you've already seen, and I'm just going to skip through. And okay, so far this set's really cool. I don't think, oh no, we definitely have gotten one of these. So far this set's really cool though. I wasn't expecting it to be as cool as it is so far, but although I will have to complain, we have seen a lot of repeats in these packs, like 3 or 4 repeats, and we've only opened 1 stack of packs. Scavenger Regenerate. It's our rare. Each non-dragon creature gets -X until turn, so it's a board wipe. Returning flying or discard a card. And then an Agent of Codis. We already have one of these. A land and another token. Yeah, it's kind of a little disappointing. Aether Drift didn't have this many repeats in the box that I opened up. But I will say that a lot of these cards are a lot cooler than what has been in Aether Drift so far, so I can't complain there. I do see this set being very good in Standard. I think it's going to shake up the format, and it's something that we need. Dragonstorm Globe. Each dragon you control enters with an additional 1/1 counter, add 1 mana. That's a common, so that is going to be really good. You're going to see a lot of play with this because it's a banner effect. And Rite of Renewal, return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Target player shuffles up to 4 target cards from their graveyard into the library. Exile this card. That's pretty cool. Concording Dragonstorm. I think we've already seen that. Okay. Who's this? Bone Cairn Butcher. Mobilize 2. Attacking creatures you control have Death Touch. So basically this comes in as a 6/6. Or no. You know, it comes in and deals 5 damage. I mean, that's pretty cool for an uncommon. And a mythic. Call of the Spirit Dragon. It's 5 colors. Dragons you control have indestructible. Gross. At the beginning of your upkeep, for each color, put a 1/1 counter on a dragon you control of that color. If you put 1/1 counters on 5 dragons this way, you win the game. Holy cow. So if you control a dragon with at least one of the other colors and you put it on 5, you just win the game. Okay, that's going to be interesting to lose to in standard, because I know at some point I will lose to it and it'll be very annoying. I already foresee that happening. I mean, so far this set has some really cool stuff. I just wish that we didn't really have a lot of, you know, like I said, repeats of cards, but it is what it is. So let's skip through here. Not too bad. So far, I can't complain. I mean, the biggest hit we've hit so far that I know of, like I said, I haven't really looked all too much into the set, is that Verdant Catacombs. I feel like that was maybe a mistake. Lancid Prowlers are rare. When this creature enters, you may mill cards equal to the number of lands you control, and then it says renew, pay 1 and a green, exile this card from your library, put X1 counters on target creature where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. That'll be really cool for any land deck that is looking to sacrifice their lands. Reverberating summons. At the beginning of each combat, if you've cast 2 or more spells this turn, this enchantment becomes a 3/3 monk creature with haste in addition to its other types until end of turn. Discard your hand, sacrifice this enchantment, draw 2 cards. Oof, that is a desperate, very, very desperate card if you need to draw 2 cards. I do see it being played though in red decks, especially if you run out of gas. You can sacrifice it. If you don't have any cards in your hand, you just get to draw 2 cards anyways, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so here's the Abzan one. We haven't seen this one yet. It's Abzan Devotee. It has the filter effect, and then it says return this card from your graveyard to your hand. This is probably one of the better ones because it adds 4 Abzan and you can return it to your hand. That's really cool. Alright, what else do we got here? Focus of the Mind. What is that? This spell costs 2 less to cast if you've cast another spell this turn. Eek, that's a little high on the mana cost. And here's the Mardu Devotee. It's a 1-drop and it has, when this creature enters, scry 2 and add, you pay 1, you add Mardu. That's really good too. I think that's one of the other better ones. Meticulous Artisan, Feral Deathgorger, a Jadecast Sentinel. I think we've already seen that. I'm really enjoying opening this set. I think maybe because it's fresh and it's new. Here's our rare. Surveillant Priest, a Death Touch. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals their hand. You may choose a non-land card from it. If you do, exile that card. When this creature leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX white spirit creature token where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Is this target opponent? Yeah, I don't know about that one. It is our rare, so I guess we'll take it, but I don't know about exiling a card and then giving them a 3/3 to attack me with right after. Alright. We already got that. We got one of these. Agent of the Codis. Dragonstorm Globe. This is going to be such a good comment. I'm putting that to the side. Same as those filter ones. Those are going to be really good too. Just because they help you filter your colors. Alright, our rare. Codis Fangkeeper. Indestructible. When Codis deals damage to a player, exile the top X cards of your library where X is the amount of damage dealt. You may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less among them without paying their mana cost. Holy cow. That is so good. Why is there so many cards in this set that just let you cast stuff without paying their mana cost? She's indestructible too, so she's not going to die unless you exile her. And whenever she deals combat damage to a player, exile the top cards of their library. Where X is the amount of damage you dealt, you may cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana cost. That's absolutely gross. I'm definitely going to build a deck and arena around that because that's so good. Another land and another token. That is seriously so gross. I don't even know why what they're thinking. This set is so much better than what we've seen with Aether Drift. Aether Drift gave us some good stuff, but so far what I've seen in this set, this has given us way more. Here's a Sultan Devotee. Aether Drift gave us some good stuff, some good artifacts, a lot of stuff for mill, which is interesting, but nothing like what this set has so far I've seen has given us. It's given us a lot of powerful stuff. All right, Lotus Slight Dancer. This is our rare lifelink. When this creature enters, search your library for a black card, a green card, and a blue card. Put those cards into your graveyard, then shuffle. Wow. So it's basically a buried alive on a creature, and it's essentially a tutor for people who are playing in these color sets because, as you know, green, blue, and black like to recur things from their graveyard when they're together. So that's really cool. Ooh, a Nature's Rhythm. 2 green and an X and a really cool foil color. Search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less. Put it onto the battlefield and then shuffle. Wow, that is so good too. That's another really good card. We're about to see a lot of play on this. This is amazing, and it's got the Harmonize. Harmonize cost is a little high, but if you're just going to pay 4 and then you have the Harmonize, that's so good. Wow. And then we got a Full Art Plains and a token. This set is going to be a banger. It is about to shake up the format like we haven't seen in a long time, and it's good. We need it. I mean, Standard has just been a little stale in my opinion. We've been seeing the same cards and the same decks over and over again, and it's been a lot of black, which is fine. I mean, I get it, like it's good for removal, but it gets a little boring when you know, play the same decks over and over again, especially when you get to the higher ranks. You're just playing against the same decks essentially all the time. All right, Fellothar, Dawn of the Abzan. Trample. When it enters or attacks, you may sacrifice a non-land permanent. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. That's so cool. Oh, and there is another rare for our pack, and this is a Meringue River Regenerate. Draw 3 cards, discard a card, flying. When this creature enters, return 2 other non-land permanents to their owner's hand, and it's a cool borderless card. And an uncommon, a land, and another token. We have opened a lot of packs here. I'm not going to bother you guys too much more with the rest of this. I'm going to open the rest on my own because I am having a fun time opening these. Jeskai Devotee. This is another one of the filtering ones. But that way we can get to being able to talk about the giveaway, which I'm super excited about. We're going to be giving that box of Aether Drift away to you guys because, like I said, I really appreciate you guys. We are at 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. And there's our rare Haired Heirloom. Add one, it's generic and a green. Add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast creature spells. Till end of turn, target creature you control with power 4 or greater gains trample. Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's going to see so much play. That's so good. Yeah, I'm super excited to talk about this giveaway. Thank you guys so much. Like, I couldn't be doing this without you guys. This box I'm giving away, it's out of my own money. Like I said, every single video I talk about a giveaway. I'm not sponsored by Wizards. I am not sponsored by a local game shop, unless a local game shop wants to sponsor me, or Wizards. That would be cool. But if not, hey, you know what? I don't care. I enjoy doing this. It's like we're hanging out. It's really fun. I do want to start doing, here's our rare. Clarion Conqueror, flying. Activated abilities of artifacts, creatures, or planeswalkers can't be activated. That is so good. Oh, we got a mythic. And we got a Crater Hoof Behemoth. Holy cow. This set is just handing out bangers. Haste. When this creature enters, creatures you control gain trample and +X/+S until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. Holy shnikes. That is a banger. Wow. I can't believe we got that in this pack. So far, this, I might just keep going. You know, if you guys want to stay till the end, good. If you don't, well, I'm sorry, but I'm going to keep going. Yeah, so this giveaway, you know, like I said, I know I say it a lot, but I really appreciate you guys. I can't say it enough. I'm not sponsored, and these boxes come out of my own money to show you guys and bring you guys cool content. But the boxes I give away is because I appreciate you guys. Wow, that's really cool too. When this creature enters, if you cast it, add all 5 colors. That's awesome. And then another land. Here's our rare. Glacier Wood Siege. As this enchantment enters, choose Teamer or Sultai. Teamer. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, target player mills 4 cards. Wow. Sultai. You may play lands from your graveyard. That's amazing. Geez, yeah, let's get to it. Let me talk about this giveaway. It's gonna be the same as last time. So, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment in the description on YouTube, which I'll figure out how to give you guys to enter that way, but the easiest way you guys are going to be able to enter, I'm going to leave a link down in the description below, but it'll link my Instagram page with a picture of the box for Aether Drift. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to go over to the picture, you're going to follow my Instagram page, you're going to like the picture, comment on the picture, tag a friend, and add it to your story, and that'll get you an entry into the giveaway. And if the more times you the more people you tag in the let's do it this way, how about this, the more people you tag of your friends in the comments on the post, I'll give you another entry. So if you tag 5 people, you get 5 entries. If you tag 1 person, you get one entry. And here's our rare. Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon. It's a land, okay. Add a generic, add 1 mana of any color, spend this mana only to cast a dragon spell or an omen spell. Pay 4, sacrifice this land, search your library for a dragon card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. That's really cool. And it's in that really cool art form too. Yeah, like I was saying, so if you want to enter, and the more people you tag, the more entries I'm going to give you. So if you enter, you know, if you tag like 5 or 6 people, I'll give you that many entries. So your name will appear a bunch of times on the wheel, and we'll spin the wheel. And if you have like 10 entries on there, 5 entries, shoot, good for you. That means you have more of a chance of pulling the pack for yourself. And then here's our rare. Sharkan Dragon Ascendant. When it enters, you may behold a dragon. If you do, create a treasure token. Whenever a dragon you control enters, put a 1 counter on Sharkan. Until end of turn, Sharkan becomes a dragon in addition to its other types and gains flying. That's pretty cool. Uncommon and a land. So make sure you enter in it. This is a free box. We didn't have that many people enter last time, and I still gave it away. Like I said, it's that box is for you guys, and so if you don't enter in it, that's one less box that you have a chance of winning. Our last box went to Alan, and he is brand new to the channel. I don't know Alan, but he got a free box, and that was for him. And that could be you guys. I mean, that can be any of you guys. Corsi Revenant, flying, death touch, lifelink, and it's got renew. It's kind of cool art. Another rare, Avenger of the Fallen, death touch, mobilize X, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. That's pretty cool. And then a land and an uncommon. But like I said, and if you guys, you can tag as many people as you want. You tag 5 people, I give you 5 entries. That gives you 5 chances to be able to win a box. and that just makes your chances that much higher. I mean, who doesn't want a free box of cards? It's a full free box. This is for you guys, and just to show my appreciation for you guys, because it's what you guys are doing is awesome. Like I said, I would not be here without you guys. And a mythic, Tagma Master Opportunist Flurry. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it. Then exile the spell you cast with 4 time counters on it. If it doesn't have suspend, it gains suspend. Wow, that's pretty cool too. And Evolving Wilds and foil, and another land. I'm gonna stop there for now because this is going on forever. I really appreciate you guys. This is all the rares we got. This is insane. Like, these are so many rares and mythics that we got in this box, which is absolutely insane. I think the coolest cards in here are probably, well, that's a common, but it's honestly such a good common that I could not put it right there. That one's pretty cool. Where are you? There you are. I feel like that was a mistake. I don't really know, but I feel like this just paid for the whole box itself anyways. This Nature's Rhythm, awesome tutor. It puts it straight on the battlefield, and you can cast it again, which is absolutely insane. Verdant Catacombs, special guest. This is so cool. This is honestly such a cool card. I can't believe that. I don't know if that was a mistake or if that was, you know, it was supposed to be in there. I'm not too sure, but what a hit. The Sidisi is really cool. This globe is gonna be a menace in standard, and Kodos is also gonna be a menace because you're gonna cast their stuff for free if you deal damage to them. That's freaking crazy. Wow, I mean, look at, these are all rares and mythics and like 2 commons because of these Dragonstorm globes that I put to the side. But that's literally crazy. There was multiple packs where I got multiple mythics and rares. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I had fun hanging out with you guys, talking. I'm going to be doing some new content pretty soon. I'm going to be starting a Discord channel, so if you want to join the Discord, let me know in the comments below. I'll start making a Discord. I want to start doing games against you guys. So I know in Arena we can do direct challenge, so I don't see a lot of people doing this. Let's have fun. Let's play against each other. Every week, maybe once or twice a month, I want to start playing against you guys on Arena and adding you in the Discord, and we can chat. You can be part of the video. You can be part of the program. It'll be really fun. We'll chat. We'll hang out. We'll play some games together. We'll record it, and I'll post it. And you can bring whatever deck you want to bring, and I can bring whatever deck I want to bring, and we'll just have fun. We can even scale on power level, so it's not just you blowing me out or me blowing you out. It'll be fun, fair, and we'll see who wins. It'll be a really, really good time. If that's something you want to see, let me know down in the comments below, and we'll make it happen. I'll play against you guys. We'll talk. We'll engage. Make new friends, man, and we'll add you to the Discord, and we can chat on there too. We'll talk about decks, standard, commander, modern, whatever format you want to talk about. It'll be on there. Like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Go enter the giveaway. Like I said, enter, tag as many friends as you want. I'll give you an entry for each person you tag in that post, but you have to post it and you have to share it. You have to like it. You have to do everything that the post says it will. If you do that, that'll get you an entry. If you tag multiple people, that'll give you multiple entries. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. It's been a great another Sunday. Until next week, I'm Goozy, and this is Magic Weekly.